Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do some grungy tags today, and actually I'm just going to do my salt box grungy tag. I've also done sheep, and I've done Santas and snowmen and angels, different little something different on each one. And today we're going to do the salt box, and I'm going to show you once again how easy it is to do. Watch my video on how to stain and scent your grungy tags. In 4 hours, I can stain 500 of them. I made a video showing you that you can do 500 of these as far as staining them and scenting them in 4 hours time. And it's a really cool video. It was the first one I made with still photos. I hadn't gotten my new video camera yet, and now I have my new video camera. So I'm going to show you how easy these are to do. I don't do all of this fancy stuff on it, so I have to charge $7 a tag. My tags cost 25 cents, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do it. So we have the salt box. We start off with the tags that have been previously stained and previously scented with cinnamon. And it does smell like Christmas. Whenever you put one of these near your nose, it smells like Christmas, okay? So, as I had stated in my previous video, I always have my water ready and my paint brushes and my paint palette and my paints down there in my drawer, like I showed you in the other video. And here we go. Okay, so paint palette. All right, as you can see, if I can prop this up somehow, maybe on one of my little legs, we need a, can you see that? Let me bring you in a little closer. No, can't see that. I gotta bring this in a little closer. Matter of fact, I don't know if keeping on the macro is actually helping at this point, but we'll see in the final analysis. I think it is. Okay, so we're gonna start off with making the green base, okay? And what I use is just, this is a leaf green paint that I got at Walmart, and it was on sale. Open that up, find my little leaf green place where I put my green paint in my palette. I don't usually clean my palette that often, as you can see. I just have little areas that I put stuff in. And I'm going to need the dark green paint, and I use one of these little things here that I purchased. Came in a big kit for $9, and I've been using these paints for months because I only paint small stuff. So what we're going to do, you would take a brush that's got like a flat, sideways flat thing, and we're just going to, it's going to be like a brushing situation on the bottom, and I'm going to try to angle myself so you can actually see what I'm painting. And I dip the brush in the water, get it a little wet, dab it in my green paint. I have about that much green paint on my brush, see that? And we're just going to put a piece of paper under to keep your desk somewhat clean. I still get paint and whatnot on my desk, but you know what I paid for my desk. And let me touch a little on that. I had said that this desk cost me $15, and my brother gave me 2 of them at $15 each. Now, the reason he had them at his shop, which is what I mentioned in my earlier craft room videos, is because he bought them at an auction, okay? He bought out a bunch of office stuff at an auction one day. So he happened to have the desks at the auction, okay? From the auction. So I'm not trying to say how I saved money is by people just giving me things. I was just that lucky. No, he happened to get stuff at an auction too. So here we go. We're going to paint and, see how delicate I am? Not, okay? That's all there is to it. You're going to paint yourself a green line, and you're going to do the same thing on the other one. Add a little water in there. And you can use acrylic paint, you can use watercolors, whatever you happen to have on hand. It really doesn't matter. Okay? And now, to be able to get this darker green up top here, I'm going to open up this green one, which is a number 4 or something. Number 4 darker green on this thing. I don't look for specific kinds of, I must have, hunter green or forest green, or I look at the tops of the bottles, okay, and I look for colors at the tops of my bottles. I need something that looks like mustard, and I'll go looking at the tops of the bottle, these little stickers they put on. I don't look to see if it's, marigold. This one happens to be marigold paint, All I know is I needed something that was mustard colored for another project. That's what I look for. So here you have it. You got your land, and it's probably dry already. And I'm going to make sure there's a lot of water on this brush, and I am going to dip a corner of it into the dark green paint. And there's a corner of it dipped in the dark green paint. And how I'm going to go ahead and make that shaded spot is by just going across the top like that. And then, just keep going and blend it in, Go all the way down to the bottom if you want. Make it look like there's a little grass that's going on. And I'll dip it again. And this is still quite damp, so, it actually flows in there nicely. It's fine. And there you have your little shaded area. There it is. Grass, land, pasture, whatever you want to call it. I always keep an old yucky rag in my craft room, and excuse my arm, but that's where my water thing is at the moment, and wipe that off. Okay, so now we want, this one happens to be a very dark barn red. Let's just go with a little lighter red so you can see it better. And see how easy that was, having these little things. It's nice, you just pick it out and open one up. Okay, so now I'll turn this upside down so you can see it better. And I'm just going to paint, and here we go again. If you can make a dot, if you watch my painting eggs video, it'll tell you everything that I do in primitive painting, or any kind of painting really, is basically just a series of dots, straight lines, rectangles, basic shapes you learned in kindergarten is basically all it is. Put some more red paint on there, drag it down, try to make a nice clean edge. It's a little hard with that cinnamon in there, but it doesn't matter because primitive painting is not perfect. And we're going to go across the top to give it a decent line on the top. And we'll try to match the edges up with the top. All right, that one's done. Let's move over to this one. While that one's drying, usually I do about 10 of these at a time. And while one is drying, trying to find where you're at. While one of them is drying, I do another one. And I usually do everything at once, all the greens at once. And, I'll grab about 10 tags. I'll do all the pasture. And then I'll do all these rectangles for the homes. And then I'll do, all the roofs and then all the windows. And, do them that way because this way, by the time you go back to the first one you started on, it's dry. So let's just try to make it. It's very difficult for me to paint in this position, but I want you to see what I'm doing. And I still don't think you're seeing what I'm doing. Okay, here you go. So I'm just trying to make this line a little straighter. It doesn't matter if it's making the house fatter. There's one thing about primitive painting is nothing is perfect, okay? And that's what makes it so primitive, because it's distressed or it's not quite, perfect. And I'll go behind the camera this time to wash this brush off. And here we go. Okay, so now we're going to do the roof. And for the roof, hey, I need black. Happens to be right next door to the red. So I'm just going to open the black one. And what I'm going to do is take a little bit of a fat brush here just to get some paint out of here and put it in my little bin, because I want to mix some water with that black paint, okay? I get that black paint a little bit more watery than I like, but I'm not going to use this fat brush, so this fat brush goes into the water. All right, I'm going to use my little skinny brush, okay? And I am going to dip it in there. I think I need some more water in it. So I'm going to dip it in there again. And then what I'm going to do is to make my roof. That one's not as dry as this one, so I'll go back here. And, oh, well, look at that. A straight line, okay? It's going to extend a little bit past the red on both sides. And then I'm going to make a little angle here and a little angle here and another straight line. Okay, then I'm going to fill it in. And there we go. Oh, we want chimney. Make another little line. I'm really painting these at a weird angle, so. And now you have the roof for your salt box house, okay? What are we going to do for the windows? Well, for the windows, it's actually going to be squares. And for the door, it's going to be another rectangle. Okay. Let's see. Let's finish this up. I'm going to have to make it part 2 on this, I think. And we get your little happy chimney. And we've got another one with a roof on it. And let's go to part 2 to see how we finish this tag.